Hello everyone, how you doing? How's it going? Welcome back to another episode of Until the Tea is Cold. So today I don't have a particular topic, I guess. So on today's episode we're gonna be ranting a bit of everything, as it was the original goal of this podcast was just me talking about things, So I'm gonna rant about a few things that I find interesting. I'm drinking green tea. It's hot. 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 Anyways, let's begin the episode. I'm in the process of building my own computer, and I realized how hard it is to build your own computer. Like, oh my god, it's just so difficult to actually. I know you have to find out about what each component does and which are the good components. You need to have the sizes of the things, because if you buy a case that's smaller than some of your components, it won't fit and you're screwed basically. So yeah, it's been it's been a trip, learning. I had a lot of help because I wouldn't be able to do it on my own. I tried and I didn't exactly get what each thing did, and I need to find good components and for a good price, but also I don't know which one was the right price. Like $800 for a graphics card. Maybe it was good, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, honestly. I've been learning about computers, and I'm happy to say that maybe within the next week or so I'll have a new computer for editing and streaming, which gets me to another topic that I wanted to talk about. I really like streaming live on Twitch 24/7, bitch. I used to stream games, just games, because I had to do it on my PS5, which is a great tool, but not as useful as it would seem. After all, I didn't have the camera for it, so you couldn't see my face, and there was a problem with the cutscenes. You couldn't show cutscenes while you were live, so it's kind of a thing. It's whole thing. It was fun. I had a few viewers. I still remember them, but I stopped streaming because it got a little bit overwhelming, because I wanted to do a lot of stuff like overlays and a whole lot of things that I couldn't manage with PS5. Like, I know, sounds and things that I just couldn't do on a PlayStation. And so I moved on. I stopped streaming and started doing YouTube, because the whole point of the YouTube channel, is to have fun while doing it. And now I'm getting back to it because, I can do overlays, I can do sounds, I can do whatever I want with a good computer or a decent computer. So, back to the computer thing. Learning about all this stuff has opened my mind to a whole new world, because there's a lot of things about computers. From, I don't know, the motherboards to the difference between Ryzen 3600 and Ryzen 5600G, or a few numbers change and you're suddenly thrown into a whole nother world. Oh, with this one you can do this, but with this one that has two different numbers, you can do this, this, and this. But with this one that has the same numbers but a different letter, you can do this, this, but not that. Please, I'm going insane. And don't even get me started with the compatibility of components, because if you don't have a way to check that, because of course you do, but if you didn't know that the components have to be compatible within themselves, you are screwed. Because there is no way of finding that out unless you already know or have someone that knows. Because if you have no clue about it, like me, I was like, oh, yeah, that. What? I didn't get it, and I still kinda don't, but I'm learning slowly but surely. I didn't like computers Not in the sense of I didn't like computers as a whole, but I didn't like the whole thing of PC master race, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, who's the better thing. I didn't care about that. All I know is that I wanted to play games and just play games. And I didn't want to worry about requirements, graphics card, and how much space and everything. So I got a PlayStation. I've been a Nintendo and PlayStation guy throughout all my life. My first console was a Nintendo Wii because my parents hated the idea of me having a console. I didn't get any console until I was 13 years old, and it was a Wii. And I was like, oh, cool. And I used to play Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Bros. I loved golfing in. I loved golfing in Nintendo Wii Sports. I don't know, I liked it a lot. I had a Harry Potter 7 video game, which was kind of cool because, with the Nintendo Wii, you used to have that controller that you could like move around and it would move according to the sensor. And having like the wand and being able to throw the enchantments and the curses and the protection things, it was so much fun. It was a good console. Then I got like obsessed with getting a better console because it was around that time that I was 13 to 14 years old, and all my friends had PS3s or who were even more lucky a PS4, and I got obsessed. I wanted a better console because I wanted to play more games. I didn't know exactly why. I still got that thing. It came with fake controllers though. I was so excited, and when I noticed the controllers, I was like, "But this is fake. This is not. These are not the controllers. What the hell is this?" But anyways, I used to play a bunch. I used to play Crisis 2, I think it was. Yes. Oh my god, I played that game 3 to 5 times. What else? Modern Warfare 3, Dishonored, the first one, and I can't remember if something else. And soon after that, like 2 years, I kind of got overwhelmed with how all of my friends and all of the YouTubers I watched were playing those new games, and I didn't know a lot about games. I honestly didn't. I used to watch a lot of Minecraft YouTubers, and that was it. But I liked playing them on my own. I enjoyed more playing single player games than online. Like Modern Warfare 3 was the only online game that I played, and sometimes I hated it, honestly, because well, my internet connection wasn't very good at the time, and so I tried to make the jump from PS3 to PS4, but it took a lot of time. It took like 2 years. 2 years of saving money because I didn't have a job and my parents wouldn't buy me a PS4 because it was expensive at the time for us. So they used to give me lunch money, and I used to grab that lunch money and save it 2 to 3 times a week. Well, 2 times a week, I think. I did not eat lunch because I would eat Doritos for lunch, which was cheap and not at all healthy. Disclaimer, don't do this. And the time came and I bought my PlayStation 4. I can't remember which games I had. Oh yeah, I had Batman Arkham Knight, Batman Telltale, and also Until Dawn, and the Mad Max game. Oh boy, when I finally made the jump, ho, 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 Merry Christmas to me, because I used to play with that thing from, I don't know, 7 in the morning. Well, it was more like 4 in the afternoon because I woke up at that time. I didn't stop playing until 7 in the morning. So I used to play around 15 hours each day. I used to play the games like so slowly and so methodically. I'm a completionist. When I play games, I like to complete them if I like them. But at the time, I didn't have other games because I couldn't afford them. So I had 4 games and I played those 4 games a bunch. After quite a few years, I got to make the jump from PS4 to PS5 finally. And here we are in the present. Currently I'm playing Forbidden West. I have played God of War, Returnal, and Demon Souls. Those are like the newest games I have played, and I quite like them. Except Returnal. Returnal was kind of disappointing. I expected more. I enjoyed it a lot, but I expected way more from that game. Now I'm not making a jump, but more like I'm making a side acquisition. I'm jumping to PC, but not for gaming because I have my PS5 for gaming, more like for editing and streaming and recording gameplays and videos that require a computer. So yeah, that's the whole techno talk, I guess. Techno talk. Welcome to my techno talk on today's episode. But yeah, I didn't get to play with the older consoles. I remember going to my cousin's house and playing with the Sega, PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 and the Xbox 360. But that's a topic for another day. Well, we're over half an hour of recording, which is more than I think I have ever recorded a podcast. So I'm gonna bring this to a close. I'm gonna drink what's left of the tea because it's not that much. Oh, it's cold. Anyways, oh, that was painful. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did ranting about computer stuff and game stuff and consoles. But well, I'm gonna do a part 2 probably, but more focused on games or the actual intricacies of having a computer when I have one. But for now, I must say goodbye. I hope you have a nice week, and I'll see you on the next one. Memento Frui.